Homesteading, and today we're in the garage and we're going to install the tire chains on my Massey 50. You know what happened? We haven't had much snow all year. I kind of got complacent. I thought, you know what, at some point I'm going to put the tire chains on the tractor and get the blower on. I let it go. I had other projects, kind of took up my time, and then last night there suddenly was a fairly big dump of snow. And I thought this morning I'm just going to get the tractor hooked up to the blower and we'll get it ready and then we'll blow snow. So there was a lot of snow this morning and I tried to get the tractor moved and I got it stuck. And it wasn't even stuck on much. A tractor, a two-wheel drive tractor with no tire chains barely goes anywhere in the snow. And on top of it I have the weight of the blade out front, which takes even more weight off the rear tires. So what I have to do is get my tire chains on my tractor. And last year, my tire chains were wore out so bad the chains were falling off and hooking my fenders. So I removed them and I thought I'm gonna fix them at some point. And so I came out here thinking I'm gonna fix my tire chains. The subscriber that got a hold of me and got me my blade for my tractor, he said, "You want a pail of tire chains?" And I thought, you know what, that's probably a great idea. Maybe I can use chunks of it to try to fix my my tire chain. So that's what I was planning today. But as soon as I pulled the tire chains out of the bucket, I knew that his tire chains he gave me were way better than mine. I can practically install them the way they are. So I'm going to show you. So these are the chains that were on the old tractor and they're pretty wore. You can actually see the links are flat. The big links are pretty wore. And some of them just wore right through and broke altogether. And that's what the problem was. I was hooking my fender. When I pulled the chains out of the bucket that he gave me, they are absolutely awesome. I can actually install these the way they are, and they are way, way heavier than my old chains. Thank you again. You really got me out of a bind with giving me these chains, and they look like they're the exact size. I won't even have to cut them. So let's go install them. The easiest way to install tire chains is basically lay the tire chain out behind the tire and then back the tractor over it and then flip it up and then hook it up and everything. It's all good. I have a little bit of an issue with that, being that I had a ton of snow on the ground, so I had to scrape it right down to the pavement. So I got a good enough spot so I can actually install the tire chains. You keep working the chain up until it's relatively tight. Okay, so you're going to slide that up through here. You're going to hook it on this part of the link. And we're just going to leave that temporarily installed. We're going to work on the other side. Okay, you have to try to fit the chain to the tire. Get it set even in the middle. You keep setting the chain until it's in the middle of the tire. My tires don't have calcium in them, so what I'm going to do is drop the air pressure. The tire will shrink a bit. I'll make sure that the chains are as tight as I can get, and then I will re-inflate the tire, and then the chains will be nice and tight. I'm just going to drop the air pressure in the tire. Okay, so we got them hooked to the chain. Here, and we're going to keep moving a link up, and just keep going up until we can get it as far as we can. So when we get it to the tightest location we can get to, we're going to cut off the extra so it's not going to flop around. I hate putting tire chains on. It's one of those things. The thing is, you want the tire chain to fit properly, and to get tire chains to fit properly, it's a little bit of work. There you go. So now we're just going to put that there. So I'm on the second link. We'll try to get the inside to the second link. Okay, so you keep moving the chain, pulling it. Come on. Did I mention I don't like putting tire chains on? There we go. That is crazy. Okay, so I'm on the last link here. We'll do this side. I still have a bit of slack, and I think if I can hook it into this one, I think it'll fit really, really good. And then we'll inflate the tire. Slide that up through here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off. That's more in the road than anything. We're going to cut the link off with the bolt cutters. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. Put a rag over it when it's the one that breaks loose, because you don't want to get the little piece in your head. Okay. Okay. There you go. So that's what you want it to look like. It's hooked in here, and then this is relatched into the back. So now I'm going to try to roll this around until this gets in a decent spot so I can do this one. You roll over the tire, make sure it doesn't contact anywhere, and that looks really, really good. I threw 3 bungee cords just to leave a little bit of tension on it to keep it from slopping. We got 1 tire done. I got 1 more to do. I really, really dislike putting on tire chains. I just find it finicky to get them to fit just right. I wish I maybe could have got them a little bit tighter, but I think that's going to work out just fine. So we'll start doing the other side, and then we're going to see how well this works in the snow with the tire chains on. I'm assuming it'll work way, way better anyways, because it really wouldn't go anywhere before. So the chains are on. I got both sides on. I think that's gonna be good. Let's go out and see if I can actually push anything with it, because before I could barely move the tractor, let alone actually push snow with it. So let's see if it works. I got the chains on the tractor. It has a whole lot more traction than it did before. I may modify them a little bit in the near future, but otherwise they're working good. You know, I planned to cut some firewood today and I just did not have a chance. It just worked against me. Suddenly the snow came and I just never got back to it. So that's about enough for today, and you guys have a good one.